Hello my viewers and subscribers, Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. Now this will be a match in my 704 from the 8.8 version of the game, and it is going to be a standard battle, the only type of battle on South Coast. Teams are rather evenly matched, and a lot of Puma players in this game, both on the enemy team and a couple on my team as well, a couple of TYR players, that's a good clan, and myself of course. Currently, or at least at the time of this replay, in SMRT. I have recently switched over to Forge in lieu of the upcoming second campaign, and basically I wanted to be with a heavier hitting clan for the whole campaign deal. So yeah, that's why I kind of switched. Currently I do plan on going back to SMRT at the end of the second campaign, just because I do kind of like a clan that is a bit more low key during my off time, you know, during my during the off season, if you want to put it that way. Okay, hold on just a moment, bear with me while I adjust settings here. I did not realize, for whatever reason, 8.8 does not save my settings for display. Oh, come back. There we go. Alright, player's name is fine. I don't need help in here. That's good. Everything is fixed now. Nothing was wrong at all. So anyway, I am in my 704, a beast of a tank destroyer. Now it is not fully upgraded if I recall correctly. I believe I do not have the tracks on this, or I might. I can't even keep it straight anymore, but I am almost 100% certain my crew is not at 100%, only like 96 or 7, so close to it. But right here, this SU-12244, a premium tank player, is going to get his tank wrecked, barely surviving with only 99 HP. Our scout tank just YOLOing into the enemy base and eliminating himself before he could really do anything of much use. Now, it's not a significant loss, nothing I'm going to really cry over, but at the same time, I really just don't like it when our teammates do such things. But I'm off to a good start, definitely a good amount of damage dealt, and you'll see just how well this match does end up turning out for me. I mean, I wouldn't have been commentating it otherwise, but you'll see exactly what happens here in the next 10 minutes or so. Anyway, our team holding the coastline pretty well, as well as the enemy team showing a significant show of force over there. Definitely a strong push with the majority of their tanks having already been spotted in that direction. There's 4 right there, and I believe some were spotted just a little bit earlier. But our team does have the force down there to keep them at bay. So we'll see if they're able to hold them off. As well as our team not really sending anything down the 9-0 line, except for that WZ, who was that TYR player in AMX M4. So not really entirely confident in the number of forces, or lack thereof, my team has sent to this side. But at the same time, I've got Overwatch, you know, from the center, and certainly I should be able to make some sort of impact on the enemy's movement over in that direction. Now I'm trying to get a shot on this T-34, and he will so kindly back up and let me do just that. Sure, it was a low roll. My average damage is 750, and that was definitely below that. But that T-34 still hurting, and now he is definitely knocked down to a one-shottable range for me should he decide to pull back out in front. The enemy team still trying to push that coastline with limited success, although that ISU just did kill our Conqueror, slightly pulling ahead the enemy team in tank count. But we're still in a very good position to win this, especially since I just knocked 752 off that Tiger 2. And the 5120 looking like he's making a move down the 9-0 line, certainly going to try and take out our M4. However, our WZ apparently having gotten behind him and pushed up the center at some point. I really wasn't paying attention to when that happened, but I guess he is certainly showing a bit of skill. I'm going to try and knock a bit off this 120. Unfortunately, only knocking off his track and nothing else. That's very much not what I wanted. The 54 and 120 looking like they've got a bit of a vendetta, or at least definitely looks like they're out to kill me. But they're Puma players. They're probably communicating over TeamSpeak, or doing some form of communication anyway. You know, you expect when you see a platoon that they're going to be talking, they're going to be coordinating their efforts, and that's really not a good thing if you're by yourself and you really don't have a team to speak of. I'm trying to get the attention of that WZ, pinging him on the map, asking for him to help me out here. And that 54 Kind of rolling up, seeing if he can get a shot on me. I don't believe I'm spotted. I do have Sixth Sense on this vehicle. Wow, that enemy team really pushing the coastline. If you pay attention to the mini-map, our team possibly in trouble on that 2 line and maybe not able to hold that off. Yeah, they're pinging it right now. I don't know exactly what that IS-3 is trying to get us to do, but certainly we need to start paying attention to this 120. Now seeing me, the Sixth Sense light bulb going off right there, definitely letting me know he knows that I am there. But this 5120 certainly one-shottable now. If I just manage to get a average damage roll, this 54 pulling up, gonna be able to get a good solid 811 on him, knocking about 50% of his health off. This 120 going for a brawl at our 120, and the Frenchie killing the Chinese. Now this 54 definitely doesn't want to pull in front of me. He thinks I'm probably reloaded already, although that is not quite the case. Probably could have gotten off a free shot, but he certainly didn't want to risk it either. Our team still managing to barely hold on to that coastline. We are now behind by 6 vehicles. Certainly not looking good for us. Sizable force in the city that we don't have the tanks to hold off. This 120 trying so desperately to get those side shots on me, but I will not give him any. And I'm trying to get a shot off on him too. But the 54 at any time could be coming up on my right flank. Instead, he's deciding to try and make a run for our base, getting lit on fire and eliminated. Now, I am getting shot right here. I'm not quite sure by what, but it certainly isn't that hard hitting of a vehicle. If I had to guess, possibly that T-25 on the enemy team. Now, this 5120 trying to just go around, staying below the ridge line, you know, below. Ooh, right there. He really could have gotten some shots on me, but he didn't want to risk it. This T-54 pulling out, missing a shot, and I will take a shot, finishing him off for the rest of his 520 health. This 5120 trying to circle around and head to our base. I'm not sure whether to try and come up behind me or to go for our cap, but certainly trying something. Now, he is going to run into our ISU, who I don't believe is paying attention to him at the moment, and we'll probably manage to eliminate him. I believe our Yog, yeah, there we go, 5120 getting a kill off our ISU. Yeah, there's our Yog Panther who died at 100%. Apparently he drowned himself. I don't know if that was intentional or the ISU saying, yeah, okay. Very upset with the autoloader. And here I'm trying to get a shot. I want that ISU to be pulling farther away from this cliff, but clearly he's not doing that. If I had to guess, he's probably clipping at this point in time. And now, if you don't know what clipping means, it's basically reloading on autoloaders, which is their long reload where they can't fire any of their 6 shots, which the 120 does have 6 shots. Right here, I'm going to slide down this hill, taking the shot, getting the kill. 3rd kill of the match for me. We've managed to close the gap pretty significantly. It is now 9-11. The enemy team only up by 2 vehicles. And most of their team, tier 7. So not really too concerned at this point, especially considering we do have the potential firepower now. Our team is fighting on a two-front battle over there on the coastline, both from above and directly in front of them. And that M4 really causing all sorts of problems. The Yog Tiger 88 now managing to kill our IS-3. Very unfortunate, but we are still very much in the game to win this. Our IS-8 doing rather well for himself. He's not the TYR player, is he? No. Our Conqueror got eliminated very early on, and so did our 120. So those TYR guys, even though they're from a clan with a good reputation, definitely managing not to be that influential in this match. That Yog Tiger 88 losing a good chunk of his health. He is certainly one-shottable for me right now. And instead of going for the IS, I say I'm going to eliminate a gun, possibly save my IS-8 before he takes a shot, but will I? No, the Yog 88 managing to kill the IS-8, and the IS and M4 now the 2 main vehicles I have to contend with. I don't know where this T-25 is at the moment, but I'm going to try and get a shot on this IS. The M4 going down to the coastline to team up and basically combine forces with this IS. You know, there is safety in numbers, especially in World of Tanks. Now I'm going to try and get behind them and see what I can do. Maybe get a free kill on that M4 or knock some health off that IS. But instead, I'm going to run into this T-25 too, who will not even manage to get a shot. All of his health just disappearing right there in a quick instant. Just wanted to aim, make sure I had a good chance. The Yog Tiger 88 on the enemy team, very unhappy, seeing very quickly where this match is going. And that is in my favor. Now, I am up to 5 kills, and I am en route to get a top gun. Now, if Bolter's medal still existed, possibly a Bolter's medal, but those really aren't handed out anymore. Those were replaced by Radley Walters and Pools and all those good sorts of medals. Here, I want to get a shot on this M4, but this M4, having enough sense to get out of my line of fire, he sees me shoot the IS and continues moving towards our base. Now, at this point, I'm not really concerned. I shouldn't say not really concerned. I'm not really sure what this enemy team is going to do. If they're going to go straight for my cap and try to lure me towards them that way, or if they're going to try and circle around and kill me. But I do know I want to try and kill this IS before either of those things happens. And I'm going to aim as best as I can, try and take a shot, but not quite getting the accuracy I wanted. Perhaps if I had led the target just a little bit more, he would have been eliminated, but that certainly did not happen. I am rather upset at this point in the match. I'm still confident in my chances to win. However, it's definitely not the circumstances I wanted. Now here I tell my team I should have this, not really too concerned at this point in time because they are both tier 7s. I have been using APCR rounds. I think that last one was APCR. I can't recall how many I was carrying, but I've only fired a couple at most at this point in time. And that's just me making sure there's no shenanigans. I'm just trying to do my best to ensure that I absolutely have this. When it is clutch time, I switch over to APCR, barely missing that M4, and this IS will take a shot at me for damage, knocking out my driver, but I'll very quickly bring him right back into action right there. And this M4 bouncing a shot on me, not quite having the pen to get through the 704's surprisingly bouncy armor, just because of the way it is angled. Now, right here, this M4 and IS both almost guaranteed one-shots for me. I believe the M4 is a guaranteed one-shot. And right here, he will die. But I think I can possibly low roll enough to not kill this IS. But I'm not 100% on that. In fact, I'm pretty sure if I don't have a 100% chance, it's very close. But this match is pretty much almost certainly in my favor. I can shoot this IS, but I don't want him... What I don't want to happen here is I don't want him to shoot me and then I shoot and miss, or I shoot and get a surprise bounce, and then he backs up, and then I'm a one-shot for him, and he's a one-shot for me. I don't want that scenario, so right here I'm trying to be as cautious as possible, and I will get that kill shot without even ever taking another hit. So very happy with the way my team kind of just let me get those 7 kills. You know, the enemy team not very good, my team not very good, at least overall, you know, comparatively to each other, or at least comparatively to me. And simply letting me get that top gun. And now I did get Mastery Badge Ace Tanker from this match, which made me very happy. I think this was like within the first 15 or 20 battles in my 704, so didn't really take me long to learn this tank and get very, very good at it. If you like the ISU, you will like the 704. The BL-10 is just as deadly as it was on the ISU, and your 704 actually has some decent armor as well as more health to work with. So it's nice. Now, the straight on mobility isn't there, and by that I mean you don't really quite go as fast in a straight line, especially downhill, but you turn a bit faster, your gun has more play to work with, so there's a lot of things that are nice about the 704. But I have rambled on long enough. If you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you've got a replay, check the description for instructions on how to submit it. This has been Spang, thanks for watching, and I am signing off.